Hi Krishna, it's me, Andrea. I'm so glad you could join me for another Krishna Kids art video. Today we're going to be drawing baby Krishna in a basket with Shesha over him. Let's see what we need. Okay, so to get us started, we're going to need some white paper, an eraser, and a pencil. And the first thing we're going to do is draw an oval for baby Krishna's basket. And we're going to do that at the bottom, not all the way at the bottom, leaving some space between the bottom of the page and the oval. Okay, now that we have the oval, we're going to be drawing baby Krishna's face, and that's just going to be a circle on the left side of the oval, a little bit in. So now we have the space for baby Krishna's face set aside. Now let's finish doing the shape of the basket, and to do the bottom of the basket we're going to do like a smiley face. So we're going to do a curve that's going to connect from the right side of the basket oval all the way around to the left side. So a nice little, almost like a smiley face. Okay, and don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like mine. Everybody's is going to look a little bit different, and that's totally okay. Now let's focus on baby Krishna's face. We're going to draw lots of the same features that we've drawn before. We'll draw them together. So first we're going to do baby Krishna's eyes, two little dots. And let's put in his eyebrows right away so that we don't forget. And those are like upside down smiley faces. And then we have baby Krishna's little nose, which is a little curve. Baby Krishna's happy smile. And his rosy cheeks. And then now we're going to do his tilak and his ears. So the tilak goes in between his eyes. Nice little curve down with the little tilak leaf. And then the ears are going to just be like two smiley faces on the side. Two little curves. And then now let's do his hair. And his hair is just going to be inside the circle. We're just going to connect from one corner, one point here to the top of that ear, and then one point there to the top of that ear. And then we're just going to put some hair coming down as well. Okay, and now we have to add baby Krishna's little peacock feather. And that's going to be like a teardrop on the side. And then it's going to have one curve in and another curve in. And of course you're going to be able to color all of this in, so it's going to be clear, the peacock feather from the basket. Now let's add a couple of more details to the basket. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to draw baby Krishna's swaddling. So that's the cloth that's covering him on the basket. And that's going to be a line going from the top to the bottom all the way across. There you go. Now he's nice and tight in there. And then if you want to draw some more details, like if you have space for a neck, you can draw two lines down for baby Krishna's neck. But otherwise, that top part of the basket is good. And then the last detail that you can do for the basket is you can add some weave to the bottom. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to do diagonal lines at the bottom of the basket. So those are the lines that are kind of like going to the side, like they're leaning back. So let's do those this way. So again, from the top of that line to the bottom, go as slow as you need to, or as fast as you want. There you go. And then now we're going to do, going in the opposite direction, the same thing. Just adding some extra ones in that I missed. So now we have the basic baby Krishna in a basket. Now we're going to draw Shesha protecting over baby Krishna. And for this, you're going to need to use your hands. We've been using our hands, but now we're going to use our hands in a very special way. So if you are a righty, you're going to put your left hand over the baby Krishna so that your wrist is on baby Krishna and your hand fits in the paper, and we're going to trace it. Now if you're a lefty, just do the opposite. Put your right hand over baby Krishna and trace it that way, okay? But I'm a righty, so I'm going to put my left hand over baby Krishna, make sure my fingers are inside the page, and I'm going to trace it. And make sure that you're connecting from where the basket starts and your hand. So see, I stopped so that it's starting where the basket is and ending where the basket is at each point. Take a look at how your fingers came out. If any of your fingers are looking, not as chubby as you would like them, you can erase and fix, but so far they're looking pretty good. Great. Now we're going to make the hoods for Shesha. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to make little curves on the sides of each finger. And let me show you. See? So we make like a nice curve that goes out and comes in on the side of each finger. So you're going to do that for each finger, and some of them may overlap because they're very close to each other, and that's okay. So you can draw them over or just figure out if you want to make them smaller. So as you see, these three are actually very close to each other, so they overlap. So you're just going to have to choose which one, when you're coloring, is going to be the one that is going to be over it. But another thing that you could do is you can erase one of the ones that overlap, so that way it shows like he's behind the other one. So you could do that with this one as well. And again, they're all going to be a little bit different, so it's okay if yours doesn't look exactly like mine. There we go. That's why it's always good to have the eraser with you, so you can make these little fixes. Okay, so now that we have the Sheshas with their hoods, we're going to make their faces. And those are going to be at the tops of the little Shesha fingers. And we're going to make little slit faces like this, because they're snakes. And then we're going to have like a little triangle for their mouth, and then their little snake tongues, which is going to be a line with like a little triangle at the end. Okay, so just go ahead and do that for each of the Shesha faces. So some of them are going to look different than the others, but that's okay. You have the basic idea, and you can always decorate these further. Now, after this point, it's up to you to color baby Krishna in his basket and Shesha. Maybe you'll decorate around it and draw some rain, however you want to do it. So I'm going to color mine, and then I'll show you at the end, but go ahead and color yours. Haribo! Here's my colored in baby Krishna in a basket with Shesha over him. I'm so excited to see what yours may look like. And remember, you can always have your parents email me a picture of what you've done using the information in the description box below. Thank you so much for joining me for another Krishna Kids art video, and I hope to see you soon for another one. Haribo!